Have you ever wondered what makes a community really truly thrive? I mean, not just get by, but become this vibrant, healthy, living thing? Well, we're about to unpack a blueprint for exactly that. And what's wild is it comes from an ancient text, the book of Acts in the Bible, describing the very first Christian communities almost 2,000 years ago. It's a fascinating look at what made them so powerful. Okay, let's dive in.
So, the core idea we're going to be playing with here is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound. A community is like a living body. Just think about it for a second. Your own body has all these different parts, right? Hands, feet, eyes, a heart, all totally different, but they are all designed to work together perfectly in sync.
And this slide just nails the central problem. When all those parts are working together, everything is harmonious, it's organic, the body is thriving. But what happens when those connections break down? When the parts get sluggish or disconnected, or even start fighting each other? Well, the body gets sick. It becomes dysfunctional. It just doesn't work right.
So when that happens, when things feel broken, the source material suggests that what's needed is a reset. It's kind of like a spiritual surgery to heal everything and get it all aligned again. And this blueprint for renewal, it's built on 4 absolutely essential pillars that work together to make the community whole again.
All right, so where do we start with this reset? It all begins with Pillar 1, anchor in truth. Now, this isn't just about head knowledge or knowing a bunch of facts. This is about a deep, shared devotion to the foundational principles and teachings that hold the entire community together.
So, how in the world does a community actually do that? Well, it starts by centering life on what it sees as non-negotiable truths. It means everybody becomes a student again, constantly digging into the core values. These values become a sort of divine curriculum, a playbook that literally shapes how you live every single day. The whole point is to anchor your faith in solid principles, not just in feelings that can change from one day to the next.
Okay, next up we've got Pillar 2, live in fellowship. And this is where things move from what you believe to how you actually behave. We're talking about a radical commitment to a deep, shared life that goes way, way beyond just seeing each other once a week.
And what's so fascinating here is the original Greek word they used, koinonia. This word doesn't just mean fellowship in the sense of a potluck or saying hi on a Sunday. No way. It means a true partnership, a full-on participation in a common life together. It's that organic, harmonious life of the body we were talking about earlier.
And listen, this wasn't some warm, fuzzy idea. It was real, it was practical, and it was deeply sacrificial. Just look at this quote from the source. It shows how far they took it. They were literally selling their own stuff to make sure everyone in the group had what they needed. I mean, that is a massive challenge to our modern idea of individualism, isn't it?
And what's absolutely crucial to get here is that this kind of deep fellowship, it's not an optional extra. It's presented as a vital, non-negotiable practice. It's how you build trust. It's how you show love. It's what makes a community stop feeling like an organization and start feeling like a real family.
This brings us to Pillar 3, and it adds a whole new flavor to the mix. Celebrate together. Because a healthy community isn't just serious and sacrificial, it's also overflowing with a real sense of shared joy. And that joy is often found in meaningful rituals.
For this early community, one of the most central things they did was the breaking of bread. And this act had this really cool dual meaning. On one hand, it was a sacred ritual to remember their faith, but on the other, it was also just a simple, communal meal that expressed brotherhood, unity, and just pure happiness to be together.
And the result of this? You get a community where celebrating feels joyful, not like some burdensome duty. That shared life just flows, you know? It moves seamlessly from the formal meetings right into people's homes, around the dinner table. And because of that, joy and generosity become the things that people notice. They become the defining characteristics of the group.
So we have these 3 internal pillars, right? Truth, fellowship, and celebration. All of this brings us to the final, amazing section, the result. Because when a community gets healthy on the inside, it will always have a powerful, positive impact on the world on the outside.
This slide shows this incredible chain reaction that happens. First, the community actually lives out these pillars. It's authentic. Then, that creates this tangible sense of awe among people who are watching from the outside. That awe then turns into goodwill from the broader public. And the natural result of all that? Healthy, organic growth.
The original text just captures this perfectly. It says that day by day, more people were drawn in to this healthy, thriving group. And this wasn't the result of some big marketing campaign or a clever strategy. It was simply the natural evidence that the body was healthy. Healthy things grow. It's as simple as that. So at the end of the day, the community's most powerful message wasn't what it said, but what it did. The way they loved each other, their unity, their joyful faith. That's what made their beliefs so attractive and so credible to everyone else. Their lives became their testimony.
So we can boil this whole blueprint down into 4 key questions. Questions for any community, really. Are we truly devoted to our core truths? Are we genuinely committed to a deep, sacrificial fellowship? Are we finding real joy in our shared life? And because of all that, are we living as a powerful, positive witness to the world around us?
Which brings us right to the final question, the one for you to take with you. Looking at this ancient blueprint for a thriving, living body, what's the health of your community?